Hello, everyone. Rob Garcia. I'm here with Kevin Leeper again for another Mass Tangent. And today I'm pretty excited about it because we are going to talk about our Gravity liquid line and some of the unique products that we have and components to the products that we have in our Gravity liquid line. And again, I'm very excited about it because our Gravity liquid line is one that when I started with Winfield, there was a few products in it, and I really think it's one of our product lines on the proprietary portfolio that we've really built out and expanded. And we have some very unique products, and we have some products that are different than other products in the market. So, Kevin.
Yeah, this is a big one for you. This is kind of your baby. You got a lot of interesting comments and uses with all these Gravity liquids that we're going to talk about today. We're kind of at an interesting point in the year, and depending on when you're listening to this video in the future, April across the country,
Right.
You could be dealing with different situations with your turf and ornamentals. And we've had a very interesting winter as well that we're trying to come out of. But we've got a good lineup here. We wanted to kick it off and talk about some of our base or basic products that we have in our line. These are, we call them basics, but there's, some added value portions of these products that make them special and unique. So, Rob, why don't you kick us off and talk about a couple of these products and explain different uses, different rates and sites.
First thing I want to also mention is that two things that make some of these basic products a little bit more unique than other products in the market, things that we've carried over. One is the proprietary technology that the Gravity liquids have, and it is basically based around a fructose sugar molecule, and that helps to facilitate nutrient uptake into the plant. So we have that in most of our Gravity liquids. And that just helps us to, with these applications, we get more of the nutrients that we're trying to give to the plant into the plant. So we have better uptake, better all performance. It spreads out better on the leaf. So a lot of things that are very beneficial for the plant. And then the other thing that we have is we also use nitamin nitrogen when we build these products. So nitamin nitrogen is a unique nitrogen source that has a very low salt tolerance. So it's great on new transplants, young seedlings, cuttings, etc. And it helps us give a longer, more uniform feed. So when you look at our Gravity liquids that have nitrogen in them, we get a little bit of upfront nitrogen, we have some middle release nitrogen, and we have some longer chain release nitrogen. So we get a good even feed throughout the application. So with that, then we'll be able to basically have good. We're trying to not have the peaks and valleys we see with a lot of nitrogen. People that use too much quick release or too much slow release, they either get a big upfront flush of growth and then they kind of fade, or they don't see anything right away, and they're concerned that they're not getting the results out of their application. So a good three different types of nitrogen in these Gravity liquids. So
I just want to touch on that proprietary technology again, because I think that's an important component of these products. Like you said, you're getting spreadability, more spread than some of the competitive products, which means better uptake. You're covering more of the surface area of the leaf, so you're getting more contact with pores where these nutrients are going to be taken up. We've done studies comparing this Gravity liquid line against some of the other products in the industry, and they stack up very well. And this is part of the reason why is this proprietary technology.
Right. And it's what makes it unique. So when we look at a common 1200, which is one of our basic products that has 5% iron and 1% manganese in it, we get better color because we're getting more of the iron and the manganese into the plant. So it really does help us differentiate these products in the market. So with that, then I'll just go over a few of these basics. The first one is going to be our 2021. It's potassium acetate with a little bit of urea to help, again, facilitate uptake, and very, very easy form of potassium to get into the plant. So if we want some potassium in our program And I was just working on a program for one of our sales reps last night and this morning, actually, that the customer wanted some extra potassium. It was some sports field, so they wanted a little more hardy leaf blade. So we were utilizing some of that potassium acetate in our programs. I already mentioned the 1200. That's going to be our iron and manganese formulation, and great with color. One of the other things that I would like to note is that it is very mixable with our amine herbicide. So a lot of lawn care companies that are going out and doing a three-way herbicide, strike three, and they want some color as well when they're making that application. Maybe they have another nitrogen source they're adding into the tank, and they're going out with the so-called weed and feed liquid program. They can add the 1200 to give that color with a nitrogen source and a herbicide like strike three. And then the next one is going to be our 1806. That's one that's been in the line a long time, in the gravity line. It used to be an 1836, and a very common blend that's sold. The reason that we took the phosphorus out is that, again, we have some many parts of the country that don't allow us to utilize phosphorus, so we pulled the phosphorus out, making it an 1806. It has that slow release technology that I mentioned with the nitamin, and then it also has some micronutrients in it. So great base product. We have a lot of lawn care and also golf courses using it on fairways as kind of their baseline when they go out. And one of the things that that Kevin has done when he puts together the label is we have nice charts on how many liquids, how many ounces of liquids, gallons of liquids give us X amount of nitrogen per 1,000 square feet. So good, easy way to know just exactly how much we're getting out. And then the next one we're going to talk about a little bit is we have our 2800, and that's our slow release nitrogen. So if a customer's looking for slow release nitrogen, they want to add some slow release. Maybe they don't have agitation to melt down some of the other soluble forms, but they need to have some slow release in their program. That's one that has the nitamin, some urea, and some methylene urea. So again, a good consistent combination of 3 different nitrogen sources to give you that even feed throughout the program. One of the things that I do use this a lot for is I use this for my deep root ornamental programs. They like just a little bit of nitrogen to feed, large established ornamentals. So this is one that's very common. And I mix this with a couple of our other gravity liquid products that we'll talk about and build programs for deep root fertilization of ornamentals. The last one. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
I was just going to say, these are some really common type products. There might be some in the market that vary a little bit percentage-wise, NPK, one way or the other, but they're all fairly close, and these are going to be our highest mover type of products.
Absolutely.
A lot of people in the market are using these.
Multiple uses. You can fit them into many segments programs. If we're going out with liquids, we're spraying, we're drenching. We have people that even pull some of these products and actually fertigate with them. So that's become more common for larger turf grass areas who want to just get a little bit of nutrition out all the time. So good. Again, there are basics. There are baseline. They're how we start building our programs. The last one then is going to be our micro pack. And that used to be, again, a 500, but we have areas of the country that have nitrogen restrictions. So we pulled out the nitrogen and made a micro pack. I've been looking at some micro packs over the last couple of days, again, comparing programs and trying to work some things out and build some stuff for the salespeople. And I found that of all of them, we have a very good micro pack. I felt really good about that when I compared some side by side. We have higher concentrations. We also have more micronutrients, a broader spectrum of different types in the formulation. So it's one of those products that gets overlooked. And we do have some other very good micronutrient packs in our soluble line. So we have 3 different sources. We have 3 different types of complex, chelated, soluble micronutrient forms in our 3 different products. So good broad spectrum. We really are able to fill almost any need for a customer for micronutrients. So that's kind of the basic line. And that's what we built. That's what, when I started, that's what we kind of had here in the gravity liquid line.